Dear child, take a slow breath before reading this. This is not meant to rush you, pressure you, or create fear. This is meant to settle you. Take what resonates in your heart and gently release what doesn't. This message is about clarity, about understanding what has been forming quietly, patiently, and deliberately. It's about recognizing that something serious has been unfolding behind the scenes, even when it didn't look like anything was happening on the surface. Someone who matters deeply to you has been in a long inner process. This isn't sudden for them. It hasn't been impulsive or careless. It has taken time, reflection, prayer, and honesty with themselves. They didn't arrive here overnight. They arrived here after resisting, doubting, questioning, and trying to convince themselves that what they felt could be ignored. They tried to move forward without you. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to stay busy, stay logical, stay guarded. They tried to convince their heart that what they felt was temporary or imagined. But every attempt to erase you only made the truth clearer. You stayed with them. Your presence lingered. Your energy didn't fade. Instead of disappearing, it deepened. You became more than a memory to them. You became a feeling of peace they couldn't replace, a sense of familiarity that felt like home, a quiet safety their spirit recognized, even when their mind tried to fight it. They reached a point where pretending became exhausting, where silence became heavy, where avoidance started to feel more painful than honesty. And that's when something shifted. They realized that continuing to do nothing might cost them the one connection that actually felt right. They didn't want to live with regret. They didn't want to look back one day and realize fear made the decision for them. They didn't want to lose you because they waited too long to be brave. So they began to get serious, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly, and sincerely. They started asking themselves real questions. What kind of love do I want? What kind of partner do I want to be? Am I willing to step into responsibility instead of comfort? Am I ready to protect something real instead of running from it? They prayed, they reflected, they sat with uncomfortable emotions. They allowed themselves to feel what they had been pushing down for so long, and instead of chaos, they felt peace. Instead of confusion, they felt calm certainty. Instead of fear, they felt direction. They realized you are not just someone they like. You are someone they respect, someone they see a future with, someone they feel aligned with on a deeper level, someone they don't want to lose. This isn't about fantasy or idealizing you. They see you clearly. They see your softness and your strength, your sensitivity and your boundaries, your patience and your discernment. They know you've been through things. They know you've learned to guard your heart. They know you don't open yourself easily. And that's part of why they didn't rush toward you recklessly. They didn't want to approach you half-ready. They didn't want to bring confusion into your life. They didn't want to offer words they couldn't stand behind. So their silence was not absence. It was preparation. They were making changes you didn't see. Quiet decisions, internal shifts, cutting off distractions, letting go of comparisons, walking away from connections that didn't feel right anymore, distancing themselves from voices that created doubt instead of clarity. They realized that shallow attention doesn't compare to real peace. Temporary excitement doesn't compare to grounded connection. Noise doesn't compare to the calm they feel when they think of you. And slowly, Something settled in them, a knowing, a sense of, this is the one I don't want to miss. They began imagining a future where you are not a question mark, but a constant. A future where love doesn't feel anxious or uncertain, but stable and intentional. A future where they don't hide how they feel. Don't second guess their choice. Don't keep you guessing. They want to come forward with clarity, with maturity, with honesty, with action that matches words. They are not looking to play games. They are not looking to test waters. They are not interested in half love or mixed signals. They want something real, something that can be built on, something that can last. They want to be seen loving you, to stand with you openly, to protect you privately, to show up consistently, to choose you not just emotionally, but practically and deliberately. You don't need to change yourself to receive this. You don't need to be younger, louder, quieter, better, or different. You don't need to compete or prove your worth. To them, you are already enough. What draws them to you is not perfection. It's truth. It's peace. It's the way your presence settles their spirit. If doubt has crept into your mind, understand that doubt often speaks loudest right before clarity arrives. Fear tries to rush you or shut you down, but peace moves slowly and steadily. This love is not meant to feel chaotic. It's meant to feel safe. It's meant to feel grounding. It's meant to feel like something finally landing after a long season of waiting. You may have questioned whether you imagined the connection. You may have wondered if you cared more than they did. You may have felt tired of hoping, tired of waiting, tired of not knowing. But your waiting has not been wasted. Something real has been forming. Even when it felt quiet, they are not running away this time. They are moving toward you with intention, toward the calm you bring, toward the honesty your heart offers, toward the future they can finally see clearly. When they come forward, it will not feel rushed. It will not feel dramatic. It will feel steady. It will feel sincere. It will feel like something aligning rather than something forcing itself. So prepare your heart gently, not with desperation, not with fear, but with openness. Prepare a yes that honors yourself, a yes that understands responsibility, a yes that knows real love is built on trust, patience, respect, and consistency. This is not about losing yourself. This is about meeting someone who is ready to stand beside you, not ahead of you, not behind you, but with you. Let your body relax. Let your mind settle. Let your heart soften. Say quietly, if it feels right, I receive love that brings peace. I trust timing that honors truth. Because what is meant for you does not arrive through chaos. It arrives through clarity. And clarity is closer than you think. Heaven is quietly, but powerfully lining everything up for love. If this message feels like it is reaching straight into your heart, it's not random. It's meant to remind you that this connection was never small, never accidental, and never temporary. This love was never about excitement alone or short-lived feelings. It was never just about attraction or butterflies, and it was never defined by the pain you went through. This love is about purpose. It exists because God intended it to exist, and because something meaningful is meant to grow through it. What you share carries healing. It carries restoration. It carries growth, not just for you, but for others around you, and even for what comes after you. This connection was meant to shift things, to break old patterns, to create something healthier and stronger than what came before. That is why the resistance was intense. That is why confusion showed up. That is why silence tried to stretch the distance between you. But what God joins together cannot be destroyed by time, space, or delay. God's word does not return empty. What he speaks continues working. Even when it looks quiet, your names were spoken together for a reason. Even if it took time, even if the journey hurt first, even if you had to unlearn what pain taught you about love, this connection did not disappear. It was refined. They are finally understanding something clearly now. The ache they carried was not just loneliness. It was you. It was the absence of your presence. Nothing else could replace the space you held in their heart. They tried to stay busy. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to smile, to move forward, to appear fine. But it never worked. Everything always circled back to you. They sat in rooms full of people and still felt empty. They laughed on the outside, but felt the weight of loss on the inside. They had opportunities, conversations, even new beginnings. But none of it felt real without you in it, without sharing it with you. Nothing felt complete. This is no longer a game to them. They understand now that you are not replaceable. Something shifted inside them, a strong inner conviction they could not ignore, a moment where they realized they could not keep running from what was true. They've been restless, reflective, and deeply aware. God would not let them sleep the same, would not let them pretend it was over. They started seeking God seriously, and your name kept rising in their prayers, because they are not okay with losing someone they prayed for, dreamed about, and felt heaven confirm again and again. Now they are planning something quietly, not loudly, not for attention, but from the heart. They are rehearsing words, imagining the moment, thinking about your eyes, your reaction, your emotions. They wonder if you will cry, smile, or pull away again. But even with that fear, they are ready to stop hiding, ready to stop delaying, ready to choose you openly and honestly. They want to walk with you, not just think about you in silence. All the signs they once ignored now make sense. The messages they dismissed now feel undeniable. Even the delays feel different now, like protection instead of rejection, like time was needed to soften hearts, mature intentions, and bring clarity. Everything led back to this moment of truth. This is not only about love. It's about healing. It's about rebuilding. It's about a future shaped with wisdom instead of fear. It's about legacy and growth and doing life together in a way that reflects peace instead of confusion. You were never just someone they liked. You were always the person they were meant to build with. They have started letting go of distractions, stepping away from situations that never felt right, cutting ties with things that only created noise. Not because they are desperate, but because they are sure. They don't want to bring old confusion into something sacred. They want to come clean, clear, and grounded. Their silence was not forgetting you. It was struggle. It was fear. It was pride being challenged. They didn't want to come to you half-ready or unsure. They know your heart is sensitive. They know you've been hurt. They know you've guarded your peace carefully. They wanted to be ready before approaching you again. They tried to move on, but nothing compared. Other connections felt shallow. Conversations felt empty. because what they felt with you was deeper. It felt safe. It felt real. And now they realize they were not just running from love. They were running from what God was shaping in them. They are not sleeping the same anymore, not because of guilt, but because of clarity. There is urgency in their spirit now. They feel the weight of what they almost lost. They know they cannot delay this anymore. They know this love was never ordinary. It was holy. You were the one who waited, the one who believed, the one who endured, the one who loved with sincerity. And now they want to honor that love, not with empty words, but with action. They are preparing to reach out. It may come suddenly. It may catch you off guard. It may arrive in a way you didn't expect, but it will come with intention. And when heaven moves, the soul feels it first. You may already sense something shifting, something approaching, something changing. You did not wait in vain. You did not love in vain. You did not pray in vain. God does not forget what is pure. Love that is real survives storms, silence, distance, and fear. And now what survived is being strengthened, grounded in truth and courage. They want to be seen with you, not hidden, not secret, not unsure. They are tired of pretending you didn't matter, tired of acting like you were just a phase. Truth has caught up with them. Even the space between you had a purpose. It revealed what needed healing. It exposed what needed to change. It prepared both of you for something better. They are not the same person they were before. Fear is turning into focus. Doubt is turning into decision. Confusion is turning into clarity. They are releasing old baggage because they don't want to bring the past into the future with you. They want a fresh start built on honesty, peace, and God at the center. And they want you beside them, not as an option, but as a choice. If you've been feeling like something is about to happen, you're not imagining it. If you've sensed a shift, it's because something is moving. Stay grounded, stay prayerful, stay open, but keep your peace. What is truly from God will come with respect, clarity, and actions that match the words. This message is not meant to rush you. It's meant to reassure you. Something real is aligning. Something honest is approaching, and you are not forgotten.